Okay guys, with example 3, I did make a note of what I had said earlier while we were doing example 2, that when dividing, your restrictions come from the denominator of your first fraction and the numerator and denominator of your second fraction. Example 3, we're still dividing. It looks just a little different because it's written with the division bar instead of the symbol. That's okay. First step is we want to keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep that first fraction the same. Change that division to multiplication, and then we're going to flip this second fraction. And then we're ready to factor. So on the first fraction, I see that there is a GCF in the numerator, so we're going to factor out that 2. Nothing to be factored in the denominator. We have difference of squares. And then nothing to be factored in this denominator. So before I simplify, I'm going to go ahead and do my restrictions. So it says the denominator of your first fraction. So here I could not have a 1. And then the numerator and denominator of your second fraction. So we could not have -1 here, 1 again, but we've already got that, and then we could not have 3 here. So 3 restrictions. And then we can cross out and start simplifying. So x minus 3 divided by x minus 3 is 1. X minus 1 divided by x minus 1. So everything was crossed out in our denominator, so we're only left with 2 times x plus 1 as your final answer for example 3. Okay, so next are the your term problems, and I'll let you jot down the answers real fast before I do example 4 with you. So you try these on your own. You should get the following answers and the following restrictions. Okay, so now let's go to example 4. And we have a lot going on in example 4. So if you look, we have division and then multiplication. So multi-step, you want to follow the rules of PEMDAS. So if you think about PEMDAS, we are going to multiply or divide left to right, whichever comes first. So in this case, division comes first. So we're going to work on dividing these 2 fractions first off. So I'm going to do keep, change, flip. So we'll keep that first fraction the same. Change to multiplication and then flip. And then when I flip this one, I'm going to rewrite leading with that x. So then I'm ready to factor. I see I have a difference of squares in the numerator. I have a GCF in the denominator of x, so that's going to leave me x minus 6. I have a GCF in the numerator, so we'll factor out a 3. And then that's going to be 24. And then I'm going to factor out this -1 because we never want to keep a negative x. So then I can do AC with this fraction. So I'm just going to keep writing. So then factors of 1 times -24 is -24. That would give me -2 is going to be -6 positive 4. So I can do my shortcut there. So x minus 6, x plus 4. And we'll bring down that denominator. So then we're ready to mark out our common factors. So x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. X minus 6 would go away. Okay, so then that's going to leave me, looks like we've taken care of everything so far. So in the numerator, we're going to have 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 4. And in the denominator, we've got negative x. So now that's what all of this simplified to. We now have to multiply by this fraction. So I'm just going to scoot this over. So we're going to have 3 times x plus 2, x plus 4 over that negative x times 2x squared plus 2x over 5x squared plus 10x minus 40. So we do have some factoring to do here in our second fraction. So everything's factored in the first fraction. But I do have a GCF of 2x that we can factor out here. That's going to leave me x plus 1. I can factor out a 5. So that'll leave me x squared plus 2x minus 8. So then one more time, because I can do AC with this. So everything's the same except for that last denominator. And then 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. We need factors to give us 2. So that would be negative 2, positive 4. So x minus 2, x plus 4 is factored form. So then we're ready to cross out our common factors. So x plus 4, I can get rid of this x. And then we have x plus 2, x plus 1. I think that's going to take care of it. So across the top, we have 3 times 2 would give us 6. And then we have x plus 2 times x plus 1. And then in your denominator, don't forget this negative. Negative 1 times 5 would be negative 5 times x minus 2. And just so you know, the negative could come up or it could be out to the side. All that would be the same answer. And all of that is how you multiply and divide rationals.